Yeah, welcome back. It's still Business Review here at Rainbow Nights 4.1 FM. I have here with me Stallion Samuel, Executive Coach. I got that right today. I'm glad.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Stallion. Thanks for coming. No?
Thank you.
All right, today we want to talk about how to make, one, keep, two, and multiply your money. Three steps. How to make, keep, and multiply your money. Interesting. Okay, so let's start with that. How to make money. There's so many ways of doing that.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, first of all, we said we want to talk about how businesses can make money, keep their money, and multiply same. And this is very important because, first of all, trying to conceive an idea, and after conceiving the idea, you decide to take action, maybe grow the idea, add flesh to it, and maybe get your business registered, start something, and you begin to make money. It's all a process, and it could take a while. But the question is, when you start making money, are you able to protect it? So first of all, it's easier to make money than to protect it. So people, whatever you want to go into, goods, services, of course, the best way to begin to make money is by tapping into your virtue, whatever you have, turning that into value. So people get to appreciate the value and are willing to pay. In sales, they would usually say, don't tell people the features of what you want to sell, tell them the value. Because people are naturally selfish, whether you like it or not. We all are. So if I'm talking to you, what's in your mind is what's in it for me, with him. So that way you're able to create value and attract wealth. The second thing is that when you get this, people forget that you have to learn how to protect it. One way you learn how to protect as a businessman, I tell people it's madness. It's not right for you to make money in your business. And the first thing you want to do is you want to travel abroad. You want to go on vacation.
Is there anything wrong in wanting to go and take fresh hair over there?
No, there is nothing.
Fresher hair.
There is not. There's nothing wrong. But I'm going to mention four things. So I've said first, you need to learn how to accumulate, get the money, put it together. Secondly, how do you preserve it? So let me point a few things. One way you preserve it is make sure that you put your money somewhere where the effect of the economy, the inflationary effect of the economy will not erode. Some people make money like school owners. You make money, you dump it in the bank. And then you take from there, you pay salaries, you pay other things. At the end of the day, you end up not even paying yourself. So you have to find out where are those places, those things that I can put my money and protect the value, not the volume of the money. Okay. So you preserve it. Another way you preserve it is you must be unemotional to legitimate loopholes you have in your life. So you've made 10 million naira in October, and boom, it's December, and you're traveling maybe to the east. I mean, I say this without any bias, with due respect. And then you go there. Before you get there, you buy a Toyota Camry 2.8 million. That's your 10 million naira, your first part of your business. You go to the village and then you spend 2 million naira giving money to everybody. And then you come back by January and you say January is a tough month. You've made wrong decisions in December. It's going to reflect in January. Suddenly there's a government policy first or second or third or first week of January that affects your business that gave you that 10 million. Because you were not prepared for that, it turns you upside down. And so when is it you start spending? Is it wrong to go to the village? Is it wrong to buy a car? No. But for what reason at that point in time in your life? What are other legitimate ways? Somebody is dying. Somebody's house rent has expired. You have to pay this. You have to pay that. And then you begin to spend from the money that you've made from your sweat. The question is, are you in the right position at that point in time to start spending? You need to, more often than not, in our coaching classes, we tell people, you have to be more unemotional when it comes to preserving than when it's accumulating. See, when you're accumulating, everybody's watching, they're waiting. The moment it gets in, all the problems come. Because money is made to solve problems. So if you keep it idle, it will find a problem to solve it. And so you must learn to say, I'm not going to touch this, I'm not going to do this or that until I'm strong enough. You can't be backing somebody with one leg. You're standing with one leg and you're backing somebody. You are acting emotionally as a business head. You cannot afford at that level when you're preserving to act emotional. So talking about flying abroad, your friends are flying abroad. At what level in their wealth creation process are they, in their business? Are they at the point where they are spending from the 10th generation of their investments, and you are spending from not even the first generation?
You're spending your investment.
Do you understand? So you have to weigh all of these things as a business owner. And I'm saying this especially to small business owners. We make those mistakes and the business goes down. The third thing you also need to look at is, how do you budget? The wealthy people, once there is money, they invest first. It's whatever that is left they use to solve problems. The poor-minded people, they solve problems first. If anything is left, then they invest. Wrong budgeting. It's got the surplus and the deficit budgeting style system. One can make you wealthy, make your business strong. The other can crumble you. The third thing you need to pay attention to as a business owner is, when your business makes money, it's making money by virtue of your creativity and all of that. Is there a possibility your business could run into problems? Yes. Is there a possibility you could take ill? You could even die. Is there a possibility your staff, people that you tie your business around, could one day decide to do something to affect your business negatively? A lot of things could happen. So when you begin to make profit, do you take part of your profit to invest in another business that does not require your physical or direct presence? Now that's the way you begin to multiply. So we tell people you have to learn how to build a money-making machine. That's your business. And then you need to learn how to build a money-multiplying machine. Because by virtue of your competence, you can only duplicate. But by virtue of leadership, you can multiply. So you need to learn how to work with people. You need to learn how to begin to put your money somewhere. Now, when you invest in, put your money in an investment, and that investment yields, take part of that money. There's an expression called compounding. Don't take all the profits. Put part of the money back into that business, or even take part of the money and reinvest in another business. So you're creating generations of investment. If one thing happens to one bit of your investment, another one is safe. The last time I was here, I said something about, don't take all your money if it's high yield, you put all your money there. Think about, ask people. Now, as a business owner, you may not know everything. So we have the stock market experts, we have the finance experts, you have people. Talk to them. I've got so much, but I want to invest. What is your advice? There are different forms. They bring different forms of returns, and they also carry different levels of risks.
Yeah.
So you must balance out while your business is still running. The truth is, you cannot succeed when you run businesses alone. You must find a way to also invest. So you've got two legs: investment, business. Investment, business. Another thing I want to point out here, all small business owners and even big business owners, is as you are building your business, you cannot import successors. You create them, you build them. So is your business built in such a way that you have a succession plan already? Do you have documentation in place of your system? So even when something cripples you physically, there's a system that runs on its own. Then you will keep making money. And there's a system that is designed in such a way that as you make money, certain percentage goes into some investment. What we advise people is always prepare to invest maybe 30 to 50% of the money you are expecting to receive, not the money you've received. Because when you create that, the moment the money hits your account, there's somewhere it's going. But if you say, I want to wait on it, I get the money first as a CEO, the money hits your account, the first thing is you want to think about, but this car is no longer befitting. It's a discipline thing. So you get, so these are some ways that people can, and small business owners can, it's not easy to have ideas and then do what? Grow them, add flesh to them. But when you add flesh to them and they begin to bring money, do you have the discipline, the know-how to manage, to preserve, and to multiply, and eventually transfer what you've built to the next generation? That is the point we call the mastery point, because you could build all of this and you can't transfer it to someone else. People make mistakes when they feel you transfer buildings, cars. That is wealth. No, you've transferred assets. If the people you've transferred it to do not know how to build, to create, they will kill that thing you've transferred to them. And we've seen it a lot of times. Why do people fight over a plot of land? It's because they can't buy it. If I can buy a plot of land, why am I fighting over my brothers when my father dies? Leave the plot of land. Teach the people that are going to take over from you, from the accumulation point, how the creation of wealth works. That is key.
Stallion, can I tell you to clap for yourself at this moment?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Stallion,
Thank you.
for that business tips and motivational tips with it. Okay, but you know, a lot of times the business owners, because one of the reasons people give for not going into a business is fund. So even if they have this particular business and they probably need, let's say 1 million, they probably started with 200,000.
Okay.
So when money comes, they put it in, they keep putting in, they keep putting in.
Yes.
Why I told somebody one time was, you're starting a business, huh? Now, you, for instance, you're making 50 bottles of something.
Okay.
Right. And you're making profit of, let's say, 50,000.
Yes.
A lot of business owners don't even have record keeping, one. So they don't know how to differentiate between the cost and the profit. So when they sell these 50 bottles, they put all the money into another set. Maybe they now produce 75 bottles. But ask them in 6 months' time, how much profit have you made? They don't know. They don't even have money. But they have multiplied products by virtue of the fact that they are putting profit that they made into it. But I tell people, you need to have a record build. I mean, you must have a record.
Cool.
You must know that you used 50,000, for instance, to produce 50 bottles.
Yes.
And you gained 25,000. All right. And you must be able to say, this is the 25,000 and this is the 50,000.
Yes.
Right? Before you now say, all right, and bring the two of them together to produce another 75 bottles.
Yes.
But we made a mistake. We make mistake here. We just keep on turning it over. Then you now discover 1 year, I'm making money, but where is the money? Do you understand?
Yes.
They don't know where the profits are. They can see that they are expanding, but they can't figure out where the profit is.
So that's where people don't understand that there's a difference between cash flow and profit, actually.
Yeah.
Cash flow is important. Cash flow is to your system what blood is to your body. So you need cash. But are you really making profit? That is where your budgeting system has to come into place. Your accounting, your finance system is discipline. Especially when you're a small business owner and you're the only signatory to that account. You are the alpha and omega of that account. Discipline is key. And one thing that can help you is employ somebody to help you. You do not need to have, that's one tip. You do not need to have a finance person in your company that you've employed. But there are finance people today that they do this outsourcing stuff so they can handle different companies. They can draw, even use simple Excel. I'm going very low now. Using simple Excel, draw a system to tell you, you spend money, put it here. You make money, put it here. You do this, put it here. And the tool just calculates. You can see if you're making profit or not. And then you have these people, I have some of them that I also work with, that will draw some sort of finance policy. This is what you do, this is what you do, you want to buy, you want to supply. This is the route, that the finance route it has to take. Now it comes down to you as the CEO of the business to whether you want to obey this, you want to be disciplined or not. And let me tell you something. If you are not disciplined, there's a very huge chance that you will create an organization that will reek with indiscipline. People that you'd employ will watch you. How do you take money? How do you spend money? The bank account, do you follow these finance rules? It helps you. It could be tough. I mean, it's my money and I want to take it. But somebody that I'm paying says, no, you can't take it. It's discipline. If you're growing, like you said, you want to go to the bank. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I was even talking 28%. He said it's 30. And I really, to get money from the bank, and then you don't have your grandmother's certificate to give to the bank, birth certificate to give to the bank to give you money. So you're struggling. Do you also want to squander the money? Some of us don't have the discipline. You need someone else to help you. It might cost a little more, but I would advise you, pay and get that value. It really does help financially. So you know when you're making profit and when you're not, and when you're not, what you need to do. What does finance people do actually? They also advise you what you need to do in order to cut. There are two things. It's either you produce more, make more profit, or you cut your costs so that you can. It's going to be balanced somewhere, right?
Thank you so much, Stalin.
Thank you.
And of course, the Stalin's number is 0. I hope I'm correct. Okay, Stalin, say your number. Okay, I have it there. 003 669 7661. It hasn't changed, right?
No, it hasn't.
Okay. Again, 0803 669 7661. 61. You can take calls now, so you can call him right now.
All right,
Thank you
cool.
so much,
Thank you.
Stallone.
Bye
Thanks
for
for
now.
coming. All right.